Dude, I felt so attacked.
You say, I was like, all right,
I grew up to the like that.
A partial.
Too much, man.
I don't know who that.
This is a blessing.
Fine. Yeah, straight up. Drop the top. Drop it.
Ooh,
Insane.
that too, bro. So that's
logo and
Super blessed for you.
yeah.
All right, yo, what is up, my guys? It is the Come Up Podcast, episode 32. Quick shout out to Madeline because this is Madeline's 16th episode, just like Aaron's 16th episodes of recording. And today we have DazExotic on here with us. Super blessed to have you, brother. You want to introduce yourself?
Why I gotta introduce myself, man? I try to give on my podcast. I try to give my host the most grandiose introduction. Speaking all facts, and sometimes it's hard to give big introductions.
I hear that.
But I be setting that bitch off with my introductions, man. I thought I was gonna get one for once.
We can do this. We can do this. Let's get it. Ready?
Okay.
All right. Today, guys, we have with us DazExotic of the 28 Facts podcast, brother of Futuristic. We have 9 projects on DSPs, multiple mixtapes on SoundCloud, YouTube. I think one of your latest projects on DSPs was DazExotic 2, correct?
It's facts. That's 28 facts right there.
Nice. All right. Well, it's an honor to have you on today's episode of the Come Up Podcast.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. I don't even know how many projects I used to make, bro, even if it wasn't done, I would be so excited and just like also not wanting to lose a moment so hard that like it had to go out as it is, just that raw emotion. But like I've drawn back on that and slowed down a lot to really harness my chi, as they say. Just to
that's good. I mean, when you're young and you're in that moment and dropping shit, you're right. There's a certain magic and just a certain feeling that goes along with that raw, uncut, unmixed music. You know, there's a little bit of polish on it, but now that you're older and you actually take the time to kind of sit back and refine your sound and really get everything sounding as clean as possible and all that shit, it's a whole new experience.
Yeah, well, and that's what's funny about experiences and things like that. Because fear stopped me from going back. The fear of not being able to make it any better. And thinking small. Because there's no freedom in being trapped with what I did that day. And artistry and creativity is supposed to be freedom. And so when I feel like I can't refine or go back or make that emotion even better, you know, it's thinking long term. And the problem in life is it's so short that if you don't give yourself patience, you don't get to see the fruits of what it sounds like. You take that time.
Yeah, you're correct. But starting off, I want to get into that that younger artist that was just in the moment releasing that raw material, man. How did you get into the game? Like, what led you to step foot into the hip hop world, especially like, I gotta imagine, you know, at the time you guys were coming in,
it was
you know,
nothing like, yo.
right,
And
right.
it's funny, yeah, because like even it's not much different than what we did then. For the fact that like, hold on, give me 1 second. It's funny because really ignorance is what fueled everything, and like cockiness and like idealism, a lot of idealistic ideas, and not understanding how much character versus character goes into everything. And somebody's so passionate and so full of like, it's like, yeah, we can do this shit. Like, fuck everybody. I'm not gonna do any rap cliches. None of that whack shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm gonna tell my story, and there's no reason why people haven't told their stories.
Right.
No. But there is reasons, of course. It would have been done a million times before. And things like this wouldn't just now be happening. It's funny because a lot of those ideas have turned cliche at this moment. But like the way the world is thinking now, I was on that shit way too long. Before it, it's crazy because it's almost like it gives me a second chance.
Yeah.
To do it. So
Right.
yeah, just being really fucking naive and drilling my fucking head into the wall and thinking I could change the world and wanting to at any means.
Yeah, man. So I had realized you were off what, Facebook or just social media in general for a while?
Yeah, I was.
What's all that about, brother?
I mean, it went like this, okay? Hey, Reeva, they over here asking, why were you off Facebook, off social media? Multiple reasons. Yo, it's a very toxic, disgusting environment
Indeed.
online that gets worse over time. And it doesn't matter what group you associate with, whether you're liberal, Republican, they're all competing for attention, whether you're fat, skinny. That plight has to be as dramatic as possible. Rap, country, and fake. Oh my God. There's nothing real about it. They take the realest statement ever made and strip all the dignity out of it. They take people like Chris Calico and reduce them to pulling pranks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
On top of that, man, the character of DazExotic, the line can't be blurred between home and the stage. When it starts blurring, yo, it's a toxic environment. And so, like, man, my wife moved out, all kinds of shit. Like, I don't, you know, this is an exclusive, but like, so it was like, and I was only on the internet because I felt like I needed it to stay relevant. But I'm like, no, you're a timeless talent. You take them wherever you want to fucking go, and you gotta have the fucking confidence to do that.
Right.
And because I had been on here, like I said, putting out project after project after project, like the podcast before that, I did this shit daily for like 4 months, every day, Sunday. So like it was like, no, dog, like your talent deserves more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, so it's like tough for like the entertainment industry and like the lane that we're in, because like I gotta like keep posted with everything on the page, and I gotta make sure it's all updated. I gotta make sure it's pushed out and everything. But like, if it wasn't for me having to do that, I probably wouldn't be on social media. Like that's the only time I really go on is to like hit up connects and do all this.
People who don't, I don't know what they're doing. Like, I mean, the problem is the internet used correctly is the greatest fucking thing in the fucking world.
You have a well of untapped knowledge right at your fingertips. You know, anything you want to know, you can know in 3 seconds.
Bro, money. I'm not
That
even
too.
talking. Yo, I've been hired for real life gigs. Literally. Like, I saw y'all. Hold on. I'm not even going to get into that.
Oh, okay.
But, like, it can manifest anything so quickly. Like, even being here is a manifestation. I was like, I like these guys' setup. They're clean. They do what I do, like, a little bit neater. You know, like white people would do it.
That white kid charm. Huh?
Just organization. You know? I love my people, but we be running gun in it. Everybody does. But, like even, okay, I hate, like with Master P. He was the type of guy who made one classic song and then just threw out a project behind it. But he made sure he had one song people fucked with it. It's like a McDonald's mentality, like, you know, back to that raw emotion, but you're selling yourself short. Every song should be as good as Make 'Em Say,
Yeah.
You know? So we shouldn't only be listening to the rest of it because of Make 'Em Say, And, yeah, so like, bro, what the fuck? I'm so sorry.
No, you're good.
Tangents. What were we talking about?
Oh, you shit, Aaron. I think you had something you were gonna ask him.
He asked me it already, and I took him on a journey.
You're
Okay,
fine.
yeah, word.
So we were talking about originally was your entry into music and just being the young kid, you know, who was just releasing raw music. And I think one of your first releases on YouTube was about 8 or 9 years ago, around like 2013, and it was a track called "I Love Her," and I think you went by B-Daz around that time.
Yeah. I still love the lyricism in this story, and like that's how I felt. I don't know, like it's fucked up because at the same time I feel like a lot of my stuff falls like in an incel. Like I feel like incels would be fans of some of this shit, and I hate that.
I mean,
But like.
I was gonna say. I mean, like, you can't necessarily like pick your fan base when first starting out though, because like, what was it, Hobson, when he came out with all his style, he wasn't trying to attract to like ICP fans, but that's what kept happening.
Yeah.
The rowdiest white crowd.
Yeah.
Whoa, we can't look. ICP has played a very important role in my life. I love ICP. Like, you know,
Big fan of fucking Shaggy.
not like, bro. Like, am I a fan of their art? Fuck no. Their business mottos and what it's meant to people, and the structure for independent rap that they laid, and how humbly they don't get the credit for it. You know, and I lived with people who were juggalos. I think a few times in my life, unfortunately.
Yeah, word.
I mean, jug.
Yeah, I was gonna say one of my exes when I got with her, like she was crazy, but I didn't know until like halfway through the relationship that she was a juggalette, and I was like, "Hey, yo, like."
Look, no true juggalette can cover it up.
No. It explained so much when I found out that's what she was. I was like, "Yo, okay, I was blind to this shit."
And I'm sure an undercover juggalette is way creepier than one out in the open.
Blatantly obvious.
Oh, yeah, you're a whole different. You got a whole different animal. You're keeping that shit under wraps.
That's hilarious. But yeah, even like and me and Futuristic, we started rapping together as a tag team. We got 2 notebooks one summer when we were like 10 and 8, and never and just started writing bars in it. We couldn't even get them out of our mouths, but like we were like, we on to something. And we would once we could formulate some of them, we'd walk around the neighborhood and rap them for and we lived in a nice neighborhood for old white people.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Well, I was gonna.
I love that.
I'm glad you actually brought that up because I think it was you guys have a track together. I believe it was like 6, maybe 7 years ago, and it was called what was it? Family Reunion. And in it, Futuristic had talked about how you had helped him learn how to rap, and what was it? I forgot what he said. He said something else about you teaching him how to rap, and he was like around 6 or 7 at the time. And I thought that was really fascinating. Like,
honestly, I feel like that's like an underhanded. Like, he was kind of that young.
Okay.
But it's almost like a slick way of giving me credit and discrediting me at the same time. Because it's like, bro, like, you're acting like, like, towards your success, it almost didn't have anything to do with it. Because it's that far back. And it wasn't that far, like, it's a touchy thing. Like, I'm glad he gives me that credit, and like to each their own version of this story and whatever helps them get by.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's like where the artist is like artistry is up for interpretation. Because when I listen to him say that, I think those are formative years. I think that's like a very important time in your life, and like to have someone like an older brother, showing interest in you, and because I'm the oldest sibling in my family, so I had no one older than me guiding me. I had a single mom and a dad who wasn't fucking present in my life, so I was the man of the house, so I didn't have someone helping me out. I had my mom who I was helping with other kids, and when I hear that, I think of it as like you had that guiding energy and someone who really laid that foundation for him to build upon.
That is a good way to think of it. And it's, I'm glad that you got that out of it, because that is what I would have considered myself as the first person to really believe in him and push him. He wanted to eat snacks, all that shit. And like I'd be like, get your ass in there. Like, come on, man. Like, we're doing something here. Yeah. We're formulating something. Like, chill out. And so, and also like do a retake, do that shit over
Right.
again, and holding a standard of quality. And so if you got that out of it, great. I'm glad that's exactly where what I wanted. And maybe I could be, maybe I'm just a little bit bitter. I'm not bitter per se. I mean, it's like you got, he does anything for me. Okay.
Right.
Like we just like he got a cabin for us like this Christmas. We all went out there, whatever, to Arizona. He took care of everybody. Everybody took care of everybody. But like, you know, like he's literally like the head of the family.
Yeah.
And we already had a strong head of family.
Yeah.
Prior to that. You know what I'm saying? And it's not quite like he asked for it, per se. But like, and that's giving him credit. You know,
And no,
humbly.
I think what you're trying to get at is the way, especially the world works nowadays, is that the person who is more like person who is able to handle the financial burden per se usually becomes like the leader of the household. You know, the one who.
We all got bread. We all got bread.
No, yeah, I believe that.
It's just where that he's the. I mean, you're supposed to do what he did. It's the whole thing, and I'm always proud of him. And I guess where my frustration comes from is, and you can never expect this from anybody back. You know, but like, yo, nobody believed, just like what you said about being a big brother. I had a big brother. And
Yeah.
he didn't believe in me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we worked together. And even he was just on, and he's like on my last episode of my podcast.
Yeah.
You know, and both brothers I'm talking about. Like there's, you know, he just like my older brother, Stitch Jones, shout out him. I got a lot of siblings. We just did our music review podcast together. And then like Zach was on 2 weeks ago. Like last week. Or time. The fourth dimension is wild. It's a crazy place.
Indeed.
So
Yeah.
but go on.
Yeah, no, that so like I'm the oldest in my family, but like in terms of friendships and bonds that I build and everything, like one of my buddies, he had an older brother that I had eventually connected really well with, and like he started to feel like big brother status to me, because like I had always been into hip hop, but when I got with him, he knew that I used to like half-ass freestyle, and then he had like really molded that side of me and like really got me into working and making more passion, and then driving it full force. And then it just got to a point where he's like, yo, I love everything you're doing. You've surpassed me. He goes, this isn't something I can do anymore, but I want you to continue this torch, and I want you to grow it into something beautiful.
I'm not that guy, nigga. I'm just not that guy.
Right, yeah.
Like, fuck that shit, bro. I mean, dude.
Exactly.
You know, like, you're supposed to just take shit on the chin. And even it's so funny because even throughout the Chris Calico, people are like, you're not just happy that somebody like Chris hit you? No! Like, mind you, I feel like everybody else is worth a lot too.
Right.
I don't think just I should allow certain things to happen or shouldn't, and then you should. I think we should all
Work
as
together.
a collective. Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't give a fuck if you You can't step on my shoe if you're Jay-Z, if you're, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it
And
doesn't,
like,
fuck it. I'm not gonna, it's weird for me to be happier if you step on my shoe.
right. Why would
Yeah.
exactly like why be happy if someone's gonna disrespect you? Like we're all on the same level. Like we're all born and we all die. Like we're all in the same playing field. It's just a matter of how much respect you have for that person and if you're gonna keep it balanced out or not. Because like I'm competitive as fuck. So like I see someone doing good. Yeah, I'm happy for them. But I'm gonna try and do that, if not better.
I mean, and I'm not gonna be biased to work with dope people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I want, like even coming on here, no hate in my bones. I could be like, oh, we're both in the 309, or I could come on here and give you a half-ass performance. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
Right.
I want everybody to be great. But like, I mean, I understand people's perspective on you're being this, you are acting entitled. We're all entitled to way better than what we have received.
Right. So I do have a question for you. Like I was really excited about this. So you had added me on Facebook, and the name sounded familiar, and I wasn't sure about it. So I hit up Aaron, and we were talking about it. And then I look into it, and I was like, I wonder how Brandon found out about us. Like how did all that get into play?
Yo. Okay. I mean, like I said, I had been off the internet. And I came back and I added Cody J because that's my guy. And next thing you know, it was the week he was on your podcast. And I was like, damn, this shit is fresh. I fuck with them. I'll add them. And I'm like, they're doing what I do in the same area. And so yeah. And you liked my content? I mean, you knew what I was on, I guess.
Yes,
And
sir.
like, so it was like when I say like manifesting being here, that's what I mean. Like literally within 5 seconds, it's like boom, bap, boom. Here we are. And and because I needed the quickest route to talk to people and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come back from being gone.
Right.
And so, which worked, it worked pretty well.
Yeah, I was gonna say you stay consistent, bro. I swear you're on here like daily interviewing people and like posting stuff, reacting.
Interaction, yeah, interacting
Exactly.
with fans and whatnot. Yeah, it's awesome.
Blame, oh, go on.
That's actually leading into something I wanted to ask about. How did you go about like cultivating your fan base for your podcast? You know, and like even your music. How did you put yourself out there to bring people in?
Look, my mom is a doctor, right? And so, and my dad is a DJ, okay, and a drummer. And so, I was a very private person, but I was an artist. And I, was a little bit before the internet age. Yo, can you bring me the donuts over there? I keep looking at them and I really want them. But like, and so my mom never, why would she want her son to be a rapper? You know what I'm saying? And especially, and so like, I don't know, it was funny because in real life, I felt like I was more interesting than my music was. But like, I also hated the personality element of entertainment because I felt like my dad was a DJ, and I resented him for being a DJ. It was like, nigga, you play drums better than anybody I ever know. Why aren't you famous for drumming, doing what you love to do? You're playing other people's songs.
Yes.
And like, but the thing is, if you're dope at something, do it. And so, bro, I don't know why it's so hard for me to eat and talk right now. I do it on myself religiously, and I don't know why it's so hard right now. I'm gonna have to slow down on this donut.
For sure, you all good, bro.
I was eating cake during the whole Calico interview and didn't miss a beat. I'm just fucking saying.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like rah, 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 over a baby donut. I'm pissed. And in the middle of an important kind of question here. But yeah. And so I would be extra reserved about being myself because I hated being laughed at with a fucking passion. I didn't want to be considered a joke.
Right.
And I was the dopest artist in the fucking planet in my mind. And so I was wrong. But like, it was just learning to embrace all the things I disliked and like accepting that, like, and then even just like seeing that other side and finding the power that I found in podcasting, like, and all these other avenues to express myself that are just as dope as music, just as fun, just as collaborative, and all that as anything else. Like, we're collaborating right now. We're trying to make a hit.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yeah. I honestly, I relate to that a lot. Like how you're talking about, like, you wanted to be taken serious and like you had to come to terms with the parts that you just feel you didn't like and everything. That took me quite some time to deal with, and like the people laughing and mocking me and everything. Like, especially like starting so young and like saying you want to be in like the hip hop industry and like it's oversaturated and stuff, and then you got all these people like throwing shade at you and everything, and it's like you just don't understand the drive and the passion I have for this. Like, I ain't even gonna waste my time on you when I start shining. You see it. Like, don't act like we were close back then when you were dissing me and shit. Like, if anything, I feed off that fuel.
I don't even, if I felt that way, bro, like, because everybody around me is probably somebody who hated on me at some point,
Right.
Besides y'all two. Like, you know, and so, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, it comes with the territory. It's what needs to be said more. And a lot of the things that I was naive to, and also that angered me, they weren't spoken about the way that they needed to be spoken about to help, you know. I mean, I will say Jay-Z tried to give a ton of game. A lot of people tried to give a ton of game about life in general. But I don't know, even like drinking honey, like, or drinking tea, like, you know, I used to take pride in like, yeah, no, not drinking it and trashing my voice and still putting on a good show or still having a voice. And it's stupid. The long-term ramifications of all that is just so fucking stupid. And yeah, I don't know, like eating fucking a 12-inch sub before I'd wrestle. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot that goes in with like self-care and taking care of your body along with your mental state. I mean, it keeps you prepped and fit for this hip hop game. It's a very mental and physical game. If you're, out on the road and performing and doing shows and all that stuff, it can be very taxing. So making sure that you're taking care of yourself and you're at 100% when you want to do those things is very important.
Because you're a machine, and you got to take care of your machine. Like, I don't know, like any way that you can. I mean, and it's weird because there's a fine line between like pushing on and like accepting mental health and taking breaks when you really need to.
Yeah.
I
think.
I'm listening to you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I think there is really a fine line with all that stuff. Like, and it depends on the scenario basis. It depends on like what comes with that mental mind state that you start entering when you like hit towards that depressed state of mind, and debating on if you should push further and if it's gonna end in something positive or if you just keep quiet and then it ends in something negative.
Well, and like, bro, like, I don't know. It's like this crazy game because even going back to what we talked about earlier, they've almost cliched things like depression and sadness and created excuses. And like before it was even normalized. And it's because we live in such a biased world. And it's because of money and having to sell everything, having to be as convincing as possible. Like I could mean it and just be like, yeah, baby. But like, they're like, no, make it convincing. Yeah, baby. Like, like if the caking was staged between the scene, the guy might be like, hey, let's put some more cake on your face real quick before we start filming a little. Play up everything.
Yeah.
Sell it.
See, and I love that because you do that extremely well. Like that's something I'm still like trying to grasp on my end because like I had come back from the military a few years ago and like it's still hard for me to like express emotion and shit. And like watching someone like you with all this like energy and like showing that, I'm like, dude, that's the type of shit I need to learn from.
And you got it. Look, oh God, Evelyn. He served in the military too. Y'all crazy as a motherfucker. What branch? What branch? She's a Marine.
National Guard. I was a 74 Delta.
I see. National Guard 74 Delta. Man. Well, and that's a whole other ballpark on the way our veterans are treated and represented. And really, we minimalize everything. Oh, he got a cat.
Oh yeah, I got a cat and a golden retriever.
Yo, I gotta actually. Perfect. Oh, you got both? You'll have to hit me with your address. Because we got Cecilia Fox Goods. Cecilia Fox Goods. My wife makes cat toys and dog toys.
Really?
And they're like emojis.
What?
Like,
oh, that's dope.
She makes like eggplant emoji dog toys and like mouse cat toys. But they got squeakers in them. So we'll send you some.
Oh, where?
Yeah, it's cool, man. I'd appreciate that for sure.
Oh yeah, and cats go like, I don't understand. I've never. The oldest, dirtiest, meanest cat is. They'll be angry eyeing. They're like, but they'll be playing the fuck out that thing. Like, yeah, I'm playing with it. So what, bitch? So.
Oh. Yeah. So I actually have a question. It's like, were you just chilling when that whole Chris Calico thing went down? Like, what's the whole story behind all that? Like, I seen a bit of the interview and everything, but I had to work, so I never had a chance to finish it yet.
Yo, it's been on YouTube this whole time. I explain it there. You'll have to drop a link.
Word, I'll put it in the
to
comments. Yes, sir.
So, but I'll do a brief overview. I mean, basically, Futuristic did some little brother shit. I'm out there thinking, and you didn't even watch the interview I just did with him after it? Because we talk about all that shit there as well. He's like, I went, oh, okay, Aaron watched it. Aaron watched it!
Hey, I watched like the first...
The first what? Nigga, what? Nigga, what?
I've been trying to get it caught up. I'm in the middle of watching those. I'm in the middle of watching the Joe Rogan, Kevin Hart one. And then I've been doing promo and stuff for everything that we got going on this month because it's a hectic year.
Yeah, and making your own content.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, woo! Let's go back to that. So remember that I do want to talk about that because the amount of spreading thin that goes into everything is ridiculous. Just like listening to all the music, watching all the podcasts. And really, that's dope. It's a magical time for podcasts.
Absolutely.
For sure, where you get so much quality content on a small and big scale.
Yeah.
Give it up for yourselves. Let's give a round of applause real quick. Okay.
Appreciate it, bro. You've been killing it too. Like, there's a lot of stuff I'm like trying to learn from you because like you were amazing with the interactions and the way you engage the people who were on your podcast and everything. And like the communication is just like next level. And I don't feel a lot of podcasts. A lot of podcasts have that a lot lately.
I mean, it's just about caring. Like what I said, where it's like, okay, like, and it's so standard, it's disgusting to where if you're not fully known, they're gonna fucking ask you the stupidest, most mundane questions, not understand what you do. And so it's kind of like giving people a positive interview experience, regardless what level they're on, and really trying to value their story.
Yeah.
Because really, we're all the same.
Right.
The only thing that's different is our stories. And, so like, just letting their story shine and valuing their story and implementing it into mine. It's really a cheat code.
Right. I had watched you and Futuristic talking on the recent one you had with him. And he was talking about like how all these interviews he's had is very repetitive. They don't look into the research. They see all these consistencies with the questions, and it just gets oversaturated and really tiresome. And it's like he wants people to be asking new questions. Like when he was talking about that, I was like, yo, I really need to start taking notes. Like I wasn't even thinking some of this shit that he's talking about right now.
Well, that situation in the interview was wild because the podcaster he was talking about watched mine and was fucking pissed. He was posting the clip and calling him an asshole all over the internet. Like, but look, he couldn't even keep it a buck.
Yeah.
He couldn't even keep it real. If that's how he felt, he can't even express it.
Yeah.
And really, he was giving them tips. Just like what you said.
Right.
Like, yo. Like, and he's that same way. Like, he's tough on me. You
Yeah.
know, and I don't even care to hear it.
Right. Yeah, like anything anyone says, I don't take it negatively. I just look at it. I'm like, okay, how can I learn from this? There's always a learning aspect in everything. It's just a matter of fact of whether you're gonna look for it or not.
I mean, and you don't even gotta look for it. Are you gonna accept it
Right.
or not?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Fuck looking.
Yeah. I do have a question for you though. So you got a new song coming out called Mama, and you had given us a sneak peek to it. Do you want to tell us like how that song came about? What the inspiration, the passion was for it?
Uh, Man, and you know what? Literally, that's a great segue to get into Mama because people hating, brother talking shit, talking shit, stuff like that, like taking all that animosity and like I don't know, like I mean, at the same time, he talked shit. But he set me up to work with get one more. He set me up to work with Binks, and Binks is magical. He played that guitar part. That whatever. I haven't even listened to it in a long time. But he started that loop, and I was like, "Get out my way!" And he was like, "Oh, okay, I see what we're doing." and it was over after that. We bounced back and forth off of each other. And I'm mad because niggas be like, "Man, that sounds ghostwritten or something compared to your other catalog or whatever." But I'm like, no, I just worked with niggas who knew what the fuck they were fucking doing and how to, a good team's gonna bring the best out of you.
Right. Oh yeah, that song is it is just a really beautiful piece of art. I mean, especially like as you were saying, there was people hating on you saying, it was ghostwritten or something. It is just polished and mixed very well. It is like a very considerable piece. I don't know why people would. I don't think you have a history of ghostwriting or anything, so I don't know why people would make that accusation. It's kind of whack, but
I mean, like, well, people are gonna say what they want to say whenever they want to say it.
Oh yeah, always.
But I don't know. That's tough because I don't even like. I mean, me and him are linking up and putting out an album. We're gonna be recording April 1st through like the 6th, and whatever comes out of that is gonna be the project. And we're gonna cook it the same way we cooked that song. But with the, but yeah. So, but like with a lot of different styles and flavors on there. But yeah, and it's funny because I don't know, like I don't know, bro. I just have always been such an underdog, and I fucking can't. I don't know. I feel like it's the turtle versus the hare, and I think that like they want me to throw away my integrity in places where I won't.
See,
And
so for me, I love being the underdog because like people expect little from you. So when you come up swing and they're like, "Oh shit, what the fuck is this?" and they don't know how to take it, and it's like, "Yeah, bitch, you fucking thought," and like just keeping that underground mentality, man. Like it just leaves a shit grin on my face. I'm like, okay, just fucking wait, my guy, just wait.
Man,
Smiling. This is that moment.
okay, and it sucks. I had a beef before this, like, situation, right? With Trey Blaze. Have you guys ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Okay. Me and Trey Blaze had a beef. And we had a whole versus battle. It was wild and beautiful. And was way crazier than the Chris Calico situation. We had and even when that was cracking, 100 viewers live, it was a whole mess. The nigga posted a status when he see about the Chris Calico thing, talking about 15 minutes, and it's like, bro, I'm like, bro, I done this before. Hey, you! There's nothing 15 minutes about this energy. Like, yeah, that style, but I don't plan on doing that forever. That's not, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a hello. It's almost turned into a rite of passage to get trolled in hip hop. You can avoid it. You can hide your personality. You can not tell your story. But it's like, I got nothing to lose after the comments I've read, and the uninformed, and I get reality on such a pure level that, I don't know, I have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Yeah. And like,
Now, it's not just that simple now. You know what I'm saying? Just like the other day, somebody was like, because I posted a status jokingly, and I was like, women are the problem, not me. And this guy said, brace yourself for the internet.
yo,
I'm like, don't worry about me, nigga. Worry about the internet. And somebody came in and said that shit for me too. Like, you gotta have a lot of gusto. You gotta have a lot of go, because they will try to break you down. They try to attack my everything you love. Everything. From Walmart, great value futuristic to you lucky Chris Calico didn't steal your girl. Like,
jeez.
ignorant shit. I love it. No, they're so weird. They're creepy. They're really, really weird. Because they sat there through the whole interview saying how much they hated it, but watched me for
Right.
40. And they're subscribing. They're sending me friend requests. I'm like, yo, and y'all say that I'm on drugs. It's
See,
They're whack. They're so crazy. It's weird how they'll do that shit. You're a fucking asshole, but you're still watching. Yeah, like you said, you watch
exactly,
40
like,
minutes of me fucking spouting off at the mouth.
straight up, like, give me those
Didn't like
fucking
it, you could have
views.
logged off.
I fucking love it.
I love Andy Kaufman. I love WWE.
Oh my god, Andy Kaufman.
I love WWE. I love hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So even to be able to bring everything together in that kind of way, it's the last thing I wanted, but the first thing I needed. It really helps me get over. It's therapeutic. It really helps me get over everything that I was holding on to.
Yeah, man.
Now, just there, you said that you were, you enjoyed Andy Kaufman. I'm not sure if you're familiar with who Aunt Kaufman is at all, Dysfunctional.
No.
Or Karma, sorry.
Here you go.
A comedian. He's a character performer. And he's just known for putting on like this really awkward character, like that was just people were like, they were really taken aback by it. Has he inspired like the character you've kind of built up for DazExotic?
I mean, well, he's inspired me since, like, because there's footage from years ago of me performing, and then in the middle of it, I smash a ukulele and walk off stage. I gave a great performance, and they didn't clap at the end. Because they were tapped. You know, so I'll send you guys the clip. But like, and that's how it ended. And like, I've always done things like that. And even like when versus battles started happening, I was like, hey, Trey, do you want to have a versus battle? Let's start talking shit and building momentum and see if it gets enough steam. It's like, I don't think enough people will care. And then I like do some shit in the atmosphere, talking shit, and motherfuckers like that. Twitter fingers just pow the universe. Pow! Ching ching! Like, bro, people are sick. They have problems. I've made beautiful, beautiful 100 hours music that they haven't, you know what I'm saying? They want that raw, they want that unfiltered, they want the drama. And like, even DazExotic is a character of everything they love, everything that fuels their hearts. And even like, it was so interesting because the guy who made the meth jokes got like the meth memes, he got a lot of flack for it. And it was because the audience was meth people. What do they look like coming to the Chris Calico sanctuary of sobriety and getting mocked for being on meth?
Yeah.
They couldn't face themselves. You know what I'm saying? And bro, and that's so weird, right? I mean, it makes all the sense in the world, but it's like, I don't know. People were really offended by me being the only one being made fun of, and it's, I don't know, bro. I like, but hope, like, so yeah, like, but I am them too. It's a whole thing about it. It's like, yo, like, and it was funny because there's people like, yo, we paid him for interviews and he didn't share it one time. There was people like, yo, we paid him for this feature. We made a whole album dedicated to him. And literally what is so crazy is I'm sitting there saying like, yo, you didn't give me single piece of credit, respect, humanity, dignity. When you did that, you didn't even let me catch a follow off this shit.
Right. They just did it for the business approach, and that's literally all they wanted from it. They didn't want to build an actual bond, an actual connection, and they didn't want to get to know you as a person, more than likely. And like, it's like, how are you supposed to grow from that?
Soft. I'm too soft. Because I feel bad for them. And I shouldn't. Because every dog has their motherfucking day. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and so, like, it's a weird, I don't know, like, and so that's the humor and the irony and the character, like, it's just a character of all of the rejection I faced personally, professionally, academically, you know what I'm saying? Like, even by the thing I love the most, fucking hip hop, like, and even the fact that, like, yo, Chris could have just hopped on Mama. That would have done more for him than it would for me.
Right.
That's a hotter song than he's made in a while. Any fucking way. I love Chris.
Yeah.
Fuck him. But I gotta get hit by a cake. Go on.
Yeah. So I was actually gonna like ask you this because I know everyone like it's like people that aren't in the industry they look at artistry and they look at like all these higher ups and everything and they imagine them to like have this like some godlike power for some reason. They idolize them, which is cool to an extent, but like getting to know the people in the industry and you find out there are like a lot of like you and there's a lot in common between you guys. Like so Chris, like how like the mutuality between that, did you expect like there to be some common ground or was it like you weren't sure going in?
Well, yeah, for sure. Like, bro, people are so weird. For sure. Why did he set aside his morals to do pranks?
Right.
For clout. For clout. Who's getting called a clout chaser? Me.
Yeah.
He's trying to use me for clout. It's only fair to return the favor.
Yeah, of course.
Not that I was. You can't give yourself clout either.
No, you can't.
You can yell at somebody and be told shut up and get ignored. Like, you know what it can happen real quick and swift.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but like, yeah, and so like it just threw me all off that like I was being called a clout chaser, and like it just threw me off because like even before that, is like one of the songs before that was about his struggles with weight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not adding up. It's not adding up. It was that simple. And like, I don't know. Like, so it was like, and then when his group got to bullying me, I had to infiltrate his group, his fan page, his only fan page. So I infiltrate the fan group. It's not like I try to be secretive per se.
Right.
At least to get accepted into the group, right? I get accepted into the group, and these motherfuckers, they're like, welcome, stars, blah, 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 whole post, like, nobody ever comes here, you know, like, shit. And so from there, it's like, I said, hey, I got caked in the BB video, and I'm here for retribution, was my comment on the welcome page. And just all hell broke loose once that was said. And then that's when I responded, on my podcast. Damn, I think it died. I responded on my podcast with that clip that Chris Calico shared.
Right.
I'm mad because he played that interview. So, I'm a good guy. I'm Chris Calico. Man. And his people in the comments like, we love you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Act one way until you on camera and getting recorded. Now you acting different real quick.
Bro, humanity is a motherfucker.
I'm saying.
Let me tell you.
You seem like spiritually tapped in, like very well from this interview and everything I've been learning so far. Because like you were talking about the fourth dimension and everything. Like, if I'm assuming correctly, like when have you like started like reaching like your spiritual journey and shit?
Bro, well, my spiritual journey and shit started. Okay, bro. Okay, I'm about to okay. this is a funny story. So, my stepdad. Oh, okay. So a relative growing up was a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
And would give the books, blah blah blah. And I didn't quite understand because nobody would want to like throw the relative under the bus per se.
Right.
I would get told little like cute ways of explaining it. But like, so I would read these books and pamphlets. And so a lot of my original basis of, and I didn't know that it was, like to me it was like a regular religious book.
Yeah.
Right.
And so that's where I first started learning about religion was through those books, not even knowing the culture behind it until way later. But like I've always, like I said, like all that shit that people be on now, I've just always been on. I don't know. Like I just, as long as time, I've always known there was a spirit. I've always felt one. But I've also, you know what I'm saying? Like, but and I've gone to many different churches. I don't knock, I'll let a little bit of, I'm like, here, let me take this,
Yeah.
Like, I fuck with Sunday service too. Like, and I did go to a church regularly, but I don't know. I just always felt the vibes. I don't know. Like, it's just always.
It's always been
I don't
around.
know. Yeah, I've just felt it in the air. I've just been that kind of guy.
That's
I don't
awesome.
know.
Yeah, I had just recently like really started hitting like into my spiritual journey more towards the beginning of this year. I had gotten COVID and I was trapped inside for like probably like 10 days by myself, and like I had gotten really bad, so it was hard for me to like be on the internet, be on the phone or anything. And it just hurt my head to give me a massive migraine. So like I was stuck with my thoughts essentially, and that's really it. And all the hard facts started hitting me, and like everything that I tried to push down and suppress, it started arising, and like I had to deal with all that. And like I just started more of like a spiritual awakening in myself, and like really been like more tapped into that side recently, and like researching it just to see what all there is to learn from it.
Yeah, like. Excuse me. Damn. Not to knock anybody's religion or anything like that either. Because get it how you live.
Right.
And at the end of the day, nobody really knows shit about shit.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Right.
And it changes so fucking fast. Like, even the fact that, like, a part of the main problem with Facebook is that businesses are not supposed to be mainstays like that. They're not supposed to stay that long. It's not supposed to have that many subscribers. They literally have more power than the government in just their database of information. More power than a bank with all the bank cards they are given. It's supposed to go like MySpace. We move on to the next invention. That nigga Mark Zuckerberg is a motherfucker too. Like,
I think all musicians should just move back to MySpace. That MySpace was the shit. You had the code on there. You could lay out your background and shit. You had the top 5 friends and whatnot. MySpace was the shit back in the day.
I think all musicians need to. I don't know. Something needs to happen though. Even like, I don't know. Even here in Talib Kweli and Mos Def be like, we don't want to put out our album that we've had done because it doesn't feel right to just throw it on a like in fake air like it's
Right.
nothing. Like
Well, yeah, putting
like
that physical interaction really sells it. It really makes for the memories and just raises the energy in the air, and you always have like that amazing moment tied to you. And I think with the internet, we're starting to lose that more, honestly, because like now we got people trying to go into the metaverse to perform concerts. Like, at what point is that going to make it like less common to perform like in real life?
I love that shit too, though. You gotta understand, like, I love, I love this. I also like, okay. I mean, it takes people accepting things on a
Yeah.
broader level, to where they don't just feel like one way is the right way. Where like, and where people have the balls. It's about people growing balls ultimately, and being like, yo, I'll talk to you on here. I'll link up with you in person. You know what I'm saying? And people being passionate and invested and invigorated by things like, you know, buying vinyls, buying music is how that changes. And that's not on Spotify or any of that. That's all in the hands of the consumer. And can we make people more passionate? I don't know. But people half know about anything, and they hear everything in passing or watch 20 minutes and think they know everything. And it's been that way long before the internet. I don't know.
Right.
And we need more to be more passionate as humans. And I don't know. That's how every problem we have gets solved.
Yeah.
Understanding.
Like what?
Wanting to understand.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I'm stubborn as fuck. Even to do what we're doing, you can't be.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like-
gonna have to let go of your ego and your wants, you know?
Because the next thing is being created right the fuck now. We could be creating the next thing right now and not even fucking know it.
Exactly.
The next thing is that, I don't know, everywhere, all the time.
Yeah, 100%, man. One day we could just wake up and then boom, something we did that could be the new wave, but we didn't even know. We thought it was just something goofy we'd try out.
On
Saucy.
this episode together, and people are like, "Damn, we dig these fucking three co-hosts together." You know, we dig these fucking podcast guys. You guys should do more episodes together. Fucking.
And I'll be like, talk to my agent.
Yeah.
Shit. Carmel, what's our time?
We are
Yeah.
currently
Too, man.
we're currently at minute 13 or hour 13. My bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh.
you have any
Yeah,
more?
yeah, let's get some questions or so. We talked about the new song. Oh yeah, y'all, but y'all got the notes. I'm so used to podcasting. It was so weird coming on here and not having
Having a flip.
like a script. Yeah,
It's
like
wild.
I'm just. But
Yeah, it's nice. We've touched on a good variety of subjects right now.
no, y'all did your homework though. Like y'all were looking. I'm saying like leaving it in somebody else's hands.
Yeah.
It's very terrifying.
100%, man. Yeah, I think hey, Aaron, do you have any more questions for him?
You're yeah, actually I do. Let's touch on this real quick just before we get to wrapping things up and we hit your freestyle and whatnot. Just because I don't think we've talked about this. We did a little bit, but what are your plans for the future? I know you said you and was it Binks? You were gonna link up again and continue to work on that project, or
Me and Binks, y'all know who Binks is?
I do not.
I've heard of him before. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's been on a couple of my brother's older albums. But yeah, me and Binks are gonna lock in. We got a project coming. It's like, when is the last time? When is the last time you saw something like this? When is the last time that we're gonna get to do something like this? When is the last? You know what I'm saying? Like, we never know. There's so many. When is the last that we don't even like? Come on, man. So, when is the last time? The project.
Yeah. The fucking project name.
Yeah. Straight out the fourth dimension.
Hey.
What what are your plans for the podcast, man? What do you hope to continue, trailblazing with that? Is there any guests that you're trying to get on there?
Yeah. All I know is that we're not gonna stop until me and Academics is beefing
Hey.
in the ultimate battle of the podcasting.
Dude, I can see you and Academics going toe to toe.
DazExotic and fucking Academics would be that'd be a good show for sure.
Oh man.
You heard it. Yeah, you heard it here. Let's manifest that shit, guys.
Let's make it happen for sure.
Yes, sir.
I do got something. Okay. Y'all do definitely got to come on my podcast soon.
But
Oh man.
So we got to set that up. But unfortunately, like most of my friends, I hate surprises. But you know what I'm saying? We'll have to wait and see. I just know. I don't know. Who knows? It's gonna be fun.
I'm excited, man. I'm really excited.
For sure. Well, it was great being on here, man. Y'all are dope, man.
Hey, we appreciate it. We appreciate you
Chatting
hitting
up
us
with you,
up. Yeah, we've learned a lot from you. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to everything that you're going to continue doing and everything you're going to start doing. I mean, shit.
Man, that's how we now that I'm gonna start telling motherfuckers shit like that. Cause that's a heavy statement to tell somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we gotta support each other like that.
Always,
boys.
man. Always. Yeah, that's what it's about.
Just know it's all support from this end, from the come up side, man. That's what we do. We want our homies to succeed. We just want to see people strive for greatness and attain that shit.
I can tell. Well, keep grinding, keep doing your thing, keep being creative. Yeah, and hit me when you need me. I got y'all. Whatever you need. All kinds of collabs. I do everything. Anything.
Word, man. That's love, for real.
Absolutely. You want to fucking turn your beat on and fucking spit some shit to end this episode?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, come on, man. Let's go.
Shit.
We gotta end this shit on a high note, man. Let's get it.
Okay. You know what? That inspired me. That inspired my beat selection.
Real quick, while DazExotic is loading up his track, I just want to tell our podcast listeners to hop onto our Discord, get a hold of us so we can get to chatting it up about our Great 15 project we're working on. Ethereal is working on the mixing and the beats and all that. So get in contact with us. DazExotic. Man.
I smoked like 10 blunts this episode. When it's over, I'll never be sober. Pulling over in a Rover. I get that bitch the cold shoulder. After that, I might hold her. Get your glow up. Nigga, hold up. Chris Calico had to fold up. Dividends adding up. It's sickening in the amplifier. Kinda high, heightened by my guy, my little bro, high. Ever since I was 5, conquer and divide. I'ma let that line slide. Aaron the rapper had backup. No magnum, give it to him all. Go platinum. Stay waxing them. traffic come. I used to serve weed. Nowadays I do podcast and MC. I might deliver a few things. Car parts, nothing obscene. Nah me. Me, myself, and Irene, split it by 3. I'm not done rhyming. This freestyle shouldn't be free. Let's call it a feat. In the thumbnail, please. Flow so cold, drops degrees. Who's colder than me? I'm the reason why it's snowing in the Midwest. But stay blessed, stay safe, success. Wear it on your chest, say it like you mean it. I'm from Mars and Venus, I had the biggest penis. She said it when she seen it. You can fuck her, I don't need it. Left it bleeding. I'm holding back the steaming. I'm on my NLE shit. Bitch! When's the last time? That's all I want to know. How far can we go? Sparkle and glow. Put it up her nose. She's too high, yo. Gotta stay away from that. That shit is whack. Had to bring the dog back. The bar's back. We gon' bark back. Hey! Yo, what do I know? I'm a guy with my eyes low. I'm honest about it though. Looking at the world through a snow globe. We on the come up. Bitch nigga run up. Get done up. Quick. New wig. We just split that shit. Quick. What a grave to dig. We all gonna die. I'm on Netflix, my guy. We all high. Hey.
Hey,
Hell yeah, man.
let's go.
Yeah, you guys heard it first. DazExotic on the fucking freestyle for the Come Up Boys. This has been episode 33?
32.
32. I'm one ahead. Sorry, guys. Episode 32, the Come Up Boys, DazExotic. It's been such a fucking pleasure having you on here, man. We appreciate that shit, sincerely.
They don't get high, but I get high enough for both them guys. Aaron doesn't get high.
I get high, bro.
Oh yeah.
For sure. Alright, man. Love and respect.
All right, yeah, that's love,
Oh,
bro.
bro, thanks for coming on here and chatting it up with us. We
Definitely
appreciate
keep
that
in
shit for
touch.
sure.
If you need any help, we'll see what we can do to support you and help out, bro.
Hell yeah. Let us know if you need anything, brother. Till the next time.
Got back up every time, but I never fell in line. No, I don't never fall in line. Gotta do my own thing.